Editorial Services West, in association with Field Test Journal, present a how-to video on installing Rigid Industries SR Series LED light bars and Chevy Silverado Z71 grill. Hey guys, I'm not saying we have a corner on darkness here in the Pacific Northwest, but we got a lot of it. Between hunting, fishing, logging, and construction, I've done a lot of driving in the dark, which is why I've been a long-time advocate of upgraded and auxiliary lights on my trucks. We just finished an upgrade on our 2014 Silverado that not only added some great new LED light bars, but also toned down the chrome in the grille of the truck with a new insert. Both products are by Rigid Industries. The grill we ordered from Rigid Industries was specifically designed for the Z71 model, but we figured it wouldn't take much to get it to fit on our LT model, which is why this install video includes some information that doesn't apply to you Z71 owners. Our Rigid Industries setup came in 5 major components: 2 6-inch spots, 1 10-inch center spot, and upper and lower grill inserts. We started the grill removal by lifting the hood and popping out a bunch of these push-type retainer clips from the top radiator cover. The clips come off by first pulling out the centerpiece. With the retainer clips removed, the radiator comes off easily. A few bolts are easily accessible along the top of the grill. Trickier to get to from under the truck are 2 bolts up in the center of the grill and 2 near the headlights. There are 2 bolts in each fender well that attach the body color bumper trim. The first is easily visible on the fender opening edge. The second bolt is harder to see and is accessed from underneath with an extension-equipped ratchet. After releasing the trim pieces on each side, the grill lifts up and out with the body color bumper trim still attached. We place the bumper face down on protective cardboard to access the grill insert mounting points, but to get to the inserts we had to remove the radiator shroud. We used a standard screwdriver to press the center of the mounting tabs and release the stock grill inserts. After releasing about 20 tabs on each insert, they lifted right out. For Rigid Industry grill inserts designed for your specific truck model, the existing grill tabs line up and snap right into place. On our LT model, we used a Sharpie and masking tape to mark the tabs that needed some modifications. We used an electric multi-tool with a wood cutting blade to remove or trim the plastic tabs. We kept testing the insert to make adjustments to tabs before finally clicking it into place on the tabs that lined up properly. We found plenty of places where 3/4 inch sheet metal screws could be used to secure the insert to the black plastic backer plate. We started the LED light install by installing the 10-inch light bar with the cooling fins down. The 6-inch light bars fit right into the mounting brackets, which are slotted to allow for side-to-side adjustment. With the inserts and light bars installed, we reinstalled the radiator shroud. We set the grill on sawhorses in front of the truck to begin the wiring process. We prepared the switch legs of the wiring harness to go through a grommet in the firewall by wrapping the ends to a stiff wire with electrical tape. Notice that we wrapped the second set of wires behind the first set so there wouldn't be too much bulk going through the grommet. We pulled the switch legs through the firewall grommet and left the ends below the brake pedal. The wires came in near the interior fuse box. We drilled a 3/4 inch hole through the driver's side bulkhead and routed the wires from the area behind the lights to the engine bay. We plugged each light lead into its wiring harness and routed all of the light bar wires to the driver's side of the grill. We use only one of the two wiring harnesses for the 6-inch lights from the area near the truck headlight to the switch. We cut off both harness wires from the lights and joined them at a butt connector to the one switch wire. We cut a little of the aluminum plate from behind the removable panel under the steering wheel in line with an opening in the dash support. We drilled holes for the switches in the plastic face of the panel and reamed them with a Dremel to get to the exact size. The switches pressed into place. We routed the wires through the opening in the dash support and we hooked up the wire connectors to the switches. We tested the lights by touching the terminal loops to the battery post before reinstalling the grill.
I wasn't here when it wasn't on. Bumper was on. That's good there.
We mounted the relay to this ground bolt in the engine bay. We hooked both power wires up to one of these posts at the battery. We cut a notch in the lid to make room for the wires before snapping the lid back into place. We hooked both ground wires up to the ground clamp on the battery. We tested the lights again before zip tying the wires to the wire loom at the top of the firewall. At this point, our Rigid Industries grill was a big improvement over the stock grill, but we still had to complete our Z71 to LT grill conversion with some trim pieces. We made paper templates and traced the template shapes onto light aluminum sheet. We roughed out the aluminum trim pieces on the bandsaw. We used sanding and polishing tools, including this belt sander, to fine-tune the trim pieces. We test fit the trim pieces in the grill and scribed them in for a better fit. We measured for bolt hole placements in the Z71 grill insert. We drilled the aluminum trim piece mounting holes with our new Porter Cable 20-volt hammer drill. After spray painting the trim pieces flat black, we used button head stainless bolts and nylock nuts held into a box end wrench with masking tape to fasten in the trim pieces. Our trim pieces blend in to make the Z71 grill inserts work perfectly in the LT grill. We are very happy with this Rigid Industries grill and light bar upgrade. Not only are the lights amazingly bright, the grill looks great, and the wiring harness and the mounts have worked flawlessly. Now, what did I say about the Pacific Northwest darkness? Things are looking brighter.